Greetings. It's Tuesday, so welcome back to Tea Time with Tina on Tuesdays. If you haven't been with me before, I am Tina Sampson, Coach Tina for many, spiritual life coach and founder of Crossing Time Coaching. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you for being here tonight with me. I so appreciate you for joining me. And if you don't know how to reach me for future reference, one, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that button. And please follow me on Instagram and my Facebook page. My social media platform is Crossing Time Coaching across the board. Nothing hard, very simple to remember. You can find me on my website under Crossing Time Coaching to learn more about our services. But what I do on Tuesdays at Tea Time with Tina, I invite you in for a few minutes to come with me and take a quick journey on talking about topics that are relevant, that are things that we may need to consider, how we're conducting our life, how we're thinking about our life on a spiritual level, on a mental health and well-being level, and then also to look at some challenges we have and how can we overcome some of those challenges by setting life goals for ourselves and then working possibly with a coach such as myself at Crossing Time Coaching. So, if you didn't come in last Tuesday, I did something different and I had such a positive response. I am going to be bringing a guest on every 3 weeks to talk a little bit more with me about the benefits of working and investing in with a life coach. I had Candace Tyler on last Tuesday, and Candace was wonderful. She shared her experience of working with me as her personal life coach since late 2019 and the journey that she's taken with me this past year and continues to, and how I have assisted in helping her meet her short-term goals as well as setting longer-term goals as she continues to progress towards them. So that's how a life coach such as myself can support you and help you to walk alongside with you as you're trying to get to the next, whatever your next may be. Sometimes we just need some assistance. We need that accountability partner. And that's what we do, and that's what I will do for you if you choose to work with me and let me come in and be your life coach. So what am I going to talk about briefly tonight? My topic tonight is about rest and relaxation, the importance of it, and how we view it, how we're moving through it, and are we getting enough rest? Because our mind, body, spirit, and soul must be in sync to be our best and to do our best and to give our best to our family, to our spouses, to our partners, to our friends, whatever it is we're trying to do and accomplish. We must be physically, mentally, emotionally well rested. So let's talk about this for a moment. While we work very hard at being productive and accomplishing things that can make us feel really good, without resting, none of this can actually happen well for us. It can become a detriment if we're not getting enough rest. And I think more importantly, everyone probably listening to this recognizes the health impact it can have on us in a negative way when we're not resting well. I mean, medically, it's been proven and shown how many hours of sleep many people need in various age ranges. So while you may not fit into that perfect cookie cutter stamp that we've been advised or told how many hours we need to rest or sleep, but we've got to give rest to ourselves. Sleeping is one thing, but resting can be something else. And in this age and time, we talk about so much about self-care, taking care of ourselves so we can be able to take care of others. It's important that we carve time to rest into our daily schedules or our weekend schedules. However it may be, that 15-minute nap may be all that you need to give you the rest to be your best for the rest of your day. So let's talk about, first, why rest is important. I'm going to share something that was in the Forbes article written by Stuart R. Levine, and it was called Rest for Success. And what he says is that working without downtime reduces efficiency and creativity and often invites in emotional, psychological, and physical stress. The brain needs downtime to remain productive, gain perspective, and generate innovative ideas. That all makes sense because we keep going and going and pushing and pushing, and we don't allow ourselves to stop. and take that needed time out or that rest or have that respite, guess what? It's working against us, folks, and not for us. So a lack of rest can come along in many ways and show itself from chronic sleep deprivation to running around all day without a moment to yourself. Well, guess what? Chronic sleep deprivation can become very serious. It can lead to medical issues. It gives us an increased risk for cancer, for neurological deficiency, and even immune deficiencies. Studies have shown from the American Psychological Association that 50 to 70 million Americans have chronic sleep disorders. That's way too much, folks. If we could just stop and realize that rest deprivation includes not getting enough hours of sleep, but also being a restless sleeper puts you into that category, and then not taking time for yourself to invite in restful activities while you are awake. At a basic level, getting sufficient sleep is vital for our bodies just to function properly. Additionally, making time for relaxing activities during your day can improve your mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health. There's so many reasons why we as people, as Americans in this country, suffer with chronic sleep deprivation, rest deprivation, because we look at it, as a luxury. We can't afford to stop working. We can't afford to take that time out. It's generated much by consumerism, by the dollar, by the value. I got to show up. I've got to be on all the time. No, we can't afford to be on all the time because it's not healthy and it's not realistic that you can be on well and function well and show up at your best by not stopping and allowing yourself to rest. Number two, warning signs that we are shown that it's time for us to stop and rest, to give ourselves that moment. I remember when my sons were younger, and I just remember the negative impact and the negative way I would respond when I knew I had enough sleep, and B, that I just hadn't allowed myself to rest during the day, to stop that 10 minutes. I would become irritable. I had negative responses towards my husband, towards others, interactions sometimes with coworkers, and they had nothing to do, had no sense of understanding. And that's just because I wasn't allowing myself to rest. Take a moment to breathe in, to exhale, and just take a time out, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever I could spare. But I felt I had to keep going and going. And for many of you who probably are dealing with younger children and you're taking your caretakers to family members that may be living with you now, elderly parents, we don't allow ourselves enough time to rest because we have everyone else's well-being at the forefront of our own, forgetting if we're not healthy and we're not well rested, we're not giving or doing or being our best. So some things that you can do, some methods that you can put into place to begin to start your rejuvenation time and building in periods of rest in your day. Create a sleep pattern, a rest pattern, a schedule, and stick to it. If you struggle with not getting enough hours of sleep, well, put yourself on a timer. Put yourself on a schedule for when you say to yourself, work ends at this time, children are in the bed at this time, spouse time is done at this time, it's time to go to bed. Build a schedule and stick to it. Set yourself an alarm that says it's time to go to bed, not get up from being in the bed and sleeping. Build in a rhythm during the day where you also have yourself short periods of rest. If you're feeling overtaxed at work, it's a busy time, you're under deadlines, and we tend to just go and go. Stop. 5 minutes. Go outside. Breathe in some air. Put your face to the sun. Say a prayer. Let yourself get rejuvenated so you can go back and step back into your day to continue to be a good producer of what it is you need to accomplish for the day. Maximize your efficiency during the day. Stop procrastinating. I've been very guilty of doing that, and I've learned the ill effects of that. And then just how that creates more stress and less rest for me to allow in. Do the work at hand. Set a schedule. Block your time out on your calendar. Make it work for you. Be your best. Set boundaries for yourself with other people. Just as I kind of alluded, set the time in your schedule with your family, with your children, whoever it is you have in your home that can help disrupt or distract you from getting the rest you need. Start a schedule. Put it on a timetable. It's for yourself as well as for them. It's so that the people that you love and respect can begin to understand how critical it is for you to show up well and to show up your best for them. Set that time. And then finally, turn off the devices, folks. And I know I talk about this often. I harp about, the impact social media can have in a positive way because there's much good to it. But many times it is a hindrance to us accomplishing things and being our best and getting, most importantly, the rest that we need. Because we can lay down, but if we pick up that phone and we start scrolling, guess what? Your rest time is not resting because you're looking, you're thinking, your mind is going. You bump into things that can make you feel uncomfortable, that can even possibly put you in a negative mindset now. That's not going to help you rest. That's not going to help you be still and quiet yourself. Put it down. Put the phone down. Don't even take it in the space with you where you're having your rest period. Choose to say no. Just knowing that short period that you are gifting yourself with, you are giving yourself a gift to help you to be better, to show up better, but to also be at peace and feel calmer and better prepared for whatever you've got to enter back into after that rest. So there it is, folks. Just a few things about the importance, how you can begin to look at rest differently, think about strategizing ways to build rest periods into your daily schedule, your evening schedule, your morning schedule. Make it happen for yourself. And if you need a little help in us helping to get you there, don't forget who I am, Coach Tina, founder of Crossing Time Coaching, spiritual life coach, here, ready and willing to help you be your best. Check us out, all platforms. Again, Crossing Time Coaching on Instagram, Facebook, and my website. And YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you back on Thursday for 2 Minutes with Tina, preparing you for our next topic on next Tuesday with Tea Time with Tina. Take care and peace and blessings.